What?
There we go. Maybe.
All right, there we go. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Rundown Podcast. I'm your host, John Breen, along with my co-host, Ben Gorin. Ben, how are you?
I'm tired and sore, but I'm alive.
He's alive. And we are also joined by a special guest today. It is Ben's roommate, Peter. Peter, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. A little sore, but doing pretty good.
Both of you guys are sore. Well, give yourself a little bit of an introduction before we get going. Tell the people who you are.
Well, pretty much the simplest way you know me is that I'm Ben's roommate. That is probably as much as you know. Yeah.
If we ever do like a documentary, it's just going to be like your name in the corner. It's just be under it, Ben's roommate.
it's like occupation. It said the roommate.
Well, go ahead and tell them what year are you, what major?
I'm a sophomore, second year, and I'm history major, minoring in geography now and political sciences. I changed that over break.
What were you though?
Previously, I was an education minor, so sorry to all y'all freshman girls who are in the education program. I'm out of there.
Wow. Well, you guys both mentioned you were sore, so why don't you guys go ahead and talk about it? You guys went on a ski trip.
Yeah, so a group of us. It was the two of us, Kyle, Carly, Jordan, Brad, Sean, Blake, and then for the first night, Lauren as well. I missed someone.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Who did I miss?
You're missing someone.
One.
Did you say Peter?
Me, Peter, Kyle, Carly, Jordan, Blake. No, I didn't miss anyone. We're good.
Okay.
I thought we were pretty good.
I counted 8. I'm like,
yeah.
I think I missed myself. Anyway, we all went up to Wintergreen. So Jordan's grandparents have like a house there. It's like 5 minutes from like where the slopes are. So we just went up there for a few days, went skiing. I was god awful. I fell like 30 times. So I am battered and bruised and sore to hell right now.
And that was pretty intermediate. I actually did pretty decent around certain slopes. It's always funny though. We did the one blue slope. We'll have some probably good stories for you there. Went down the blue slope perfectly fine. But then got to the green part just to finish the run to go all the way down. And I just like kablammed all the way down the rest of the hill. It was pretty great.
Was that the run where Kyle crashed?
No. Kyle crashed completely separate. Yeah.
Damn.
That's a good story to tell.
Kyle had a bad accident.
Really?
Yeah, so like there was this one spot at the bottom of the blue square run, like you had to go like under a tunnel.
So that you could get to it is to go through this like two-way like land tunnel where you have to ski through. And so once you go through it from the green area into the blue, then you go down like basically the rest of the 2/3 of the blue, which is not too hard for a blue more or less. I don't really know much about skiing, but then you take the lift back to the top, which takes you to the top of the blue. Now this part that's above the tunnel and from where like the lift takes you is very steep, partially frozen, but very steep. So here comes Kyle, as the story goes. I was not there. Here comes Kyle going down with the speed of like the Roadrunner from the cartoons, and then he's like, "Yep, I can't stop." Goes through a fence, hits a tree.
Oh.
People surround him. He then takes a photo with Brad, posing with the hole he made in the fence. We then take him. He then is brought up to the what are they called?
The Med House.
The Med House. He get checked out. They're like, "Oh no, he's fine. He's got nothing."
We believe he may have sustained a minor concussion.
We're pretty sure he sustained.
Yeah, we
minor
think he
concussion.
sustained a minor concussion.
But we're not going to push that too much further until we know anything seriously. But what makes it funny, too, is that we're talking about it later. And then Brad like, "Yeah, I got the photo of him posing against the fence." And then Kyle goes, "Wait, I don't remember taking that."
Oh, boy. Yeah.
That's why we think he has a minor
Yeah,
concussion.
I'm not a doctor, but I would suspect sustained some sort of concussion.
I was supposed to go on that. We did the blue that at the end of the day. At least most of them did. I was going to, but then remember the part of how I sucked? So my problem was I couldn't brake. So I was the Roadrunner going down these greens. There was this one where it was like you're just straight, like there's no turns. I gained so much speed at the end. I couldn't stop. So I tried like turning to stop. I slid like 20 feet. Fuck. There's a video of like me just sliding. Terrible accident. Jordan and Carly start laughing at me. There I am like on my ass in pain. I'm getting laughed at.
I'm pretty sure now that I think about it, all of the major falls we had, or that we could think of, Jordan and Carly were there. Just want to point that out.
That wasn't my worst fall either. There was one I had where I fell. My skis came off because my legs went in a weird direction. One of the skis starts going down the hill, hits a trash can and goes up in the sky. It goes all the way down to the bottom of the mountain. I'm like, well, shit, I guess I'm walking.
Boy, oh boy. What? Sounds like such the trip.
I'm sore, and gold rings can't ski.
Gold rings can't ski.
Gold rings can't ski.
That was the motto.
Everybody, for the record, just to set the scene here, we are back in studio.
Yeah!
Ben is back. We're all back in Harrisonburg. The semester is about to begin on Tuesday. Theoretically, the snow may get in the way, but we are all here. So, just wanted to point that out. But we've been sitting here talking. We've been sitting here talking about this trip. And something you guys forgot to mention is, Peter, you had this first experience on this trip. So go ahead and talk about it.
So if you have seen me before, I went to like one or so parties with the cross country, and I probably just kind of stood around, hung around with all like the sober people, because I didn't really drink too much. Parties aren't really my scene. But if I'm in a very good, comfortable space, I'm all for it. And so, such this was the time where I just got shit-faced.
Damn.
Like as bad as you get, John.
I probably, if you know what a margarita mix tequila bottle looks like, I probably did about half of that. Whew, maybe a bit more. And then with Kyle, I had a couple shots. It was pretty great.
Boy, oh boy.
And then didn't you had the tequila shot?
Well, the funny thing about the tequila shots too, I guess I was probably so far into it, I didn't realize it was tequila. I thought it was vodka, so I was chasing that shit with orange juice. I realized the next morning, like, oh, that was tequila. Let's go.
John, you know what this means? We gotta introduce him to the Proper 12.
Oh, you do. We did. We took some Proper 12 shots, didn't we? I feel like we did. Remember Halloween? You don't remember?
I think I was there.
I think he well, I came over to take pictures and we took a
Yeah,
shot of Proper
did
12.
I think it was just the two
I
of
feel
them.
like you did. I feel like you
did.
came in and you were like, yeah, let's get some Proper 12.
I don't remember. I remember doing that shot. I don't remember if Peter was a part of that or not.
Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was. Well, either way, I will introduce you to Proper 12.
Cool.
It's very good stuff. Got me hammered on that Christmas show.
It was a long deterioration of 2 hours
My
for
goodness.
both of us.
Now, of course, everybody, like we mentioned, the semester is starting. What else is starting this weekend is the NFL playoffs.
The Steelers are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right.
They are going all the way.
Ben is an avid Steelers fan, and of
They're
course,
going to win.
he was very happy that the Raiders fucked over the Chargers.
I'm more happy that
On
Brandon
Saturday.
Staley was a moron.
I could not believe that game, sitting there watching that, because I knew, I'd heard, like, before the game started, everybody's like, oh, you know, if they tie, like, you know, they both go to the playoffs. So why don't they just tie? And I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
And they went all the way to overtime with like 2 minutes to go, and they're tied. I'm like, this is not happening.
I was watching the game, and I had like the game on my phone, and I was like watching a movie, doing other stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna watch this game, like just keep it in the background, just to make sure it doesn't end in a tie. I'm like, the odds of a tie are so low. The fourth quarter keeps going. Chargers end the regulation with a touchdown. Okay, fine. We're going to overtime. Why can't we end the game?
It was unreal.
I was texting with one of my friends, and I'm like, this game is killing me. I had at least 10 heart attacks. Almost died, I think. And what killed me the most was after the game ended, Hughes texted in the chat. It was like, Ben, you alive? I'm like, I think. But back to the Steelers. They're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right.
Last time we had a retiring legend, we beat the Seahawks Super Bowl. We are going all the way. We have nothing to lose.
You guys are facing the Chiefs. You guys aren't getting through.
The Chiefs have everything to lose. We have nothing to lose. We are going to win.
Peter, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
Honestly, I know nothing about sports, but
Pick
I'm just
your
going to go against Ben because why not?
Oh, Chiefs! Steelers are going to the Super Bowl.
Didn't we pick? No, you picked the Bills.
I made a start of year prediction. I picked like every game, including the playoffs. I picked the Bills and the Niners to make the Super Bowl. Bills made sense. Niners, my thought process was they'd go back to how they were 2 years ago because they would have everyone back. They had their moments, but they also had their bad moments. Yeah. To where like they're a very inconsistent team. But I think the Niners I think the Niners can make a run.
No.
They're the 6th seed.
I don't think they get through the Cowboys.
You kidding me? It's the Cowboys.
Yeah, but the Cowboys, I mean, look, the Cowboys aren't going to the Super Bowl, but
fuck no.
they'll at least, I think they'll get through San Fran. They'll get through them. And then they'll lose to the Packers again, probably.
Realistically, I think right now the AFC champion is going to be either Kansas City, and I would say Tennessee, but it depends on Derrick Henry. If Henry is back, Tennessee can win.
I'd like to see Tennessee go to the Super Bowl. That'd
But
be
if
cool.
Derrick Henry doesn't come back, Titans are going nowhere. They will lose in
Yeah.
the divisional.
Yeah,
So
probably.
that's what it's going to come down to. Bills won't go anywhere.
No.
NFC wise, Packers won't make it. It's the Packers.
Yeah, the Packers.
The
are
Packers will
a
get
joke.
to the NFC Championship though.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and give my Super Bowl prediction. I think Brady clutches up, gets
No.
gets his eighth ring. Watch it.
Who's the? I was trying to run through all the teams.
That's my prediction.
I'm trying to run through all the teams. Arizona won't do anything. LA is too inconsistent. I honestly think as much as the Packers meme, I think the Packers meme might die this year. Sadly,
I don't think it will.
Packers
It
too
might.
high.
I think this is the best chance they have of breaking the meme.
I think the Packers go to the Super Bowl, and I think you know what? I'm going to stick to my pick. I'm picking the Bills.
The Bills win the Super Bowl.
I'm picking the Bills to get there. But I think the Packers are the best team. But
I think they choke again.
I think.
But
they
I think
choke
I think
away.
it's the best chance they have to not choke. But I think Brady gets back to the Super Bowl and gets his eighth ring. That's what I think. Because who else is there in the NFC? It's not the Cowboys.
So all the
It's not
NFC
the
teams,
Cardinals.
it's in order: Green Bay, Tampa, Dallas, LA, Arizona, San Fran, and Philly.
Yeah, no.
Philly is not beating
No,
Tampa.
hell no. No, Bradley, it's not happening.
No,
It's not happening.
No Hughes, no Sean.
Oh, Bradley, I have a lot to talk about you.
We'll get that
later. But we'll get there later.
San Francisco's playing Dallas. I think San Francisco beats Dallas. I'm calling that upset now. San Francisco will beat Dallas.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they will.
I hate the Cowboys, but I don't think they lose.
Here's an interesting stat I learned. So, in the past 4 years, 3 seeds are 1-7. The 3 seed always loses. So I'm picking San Fran to win, and I think Arizona beats LA because the Rams are so inconsistent right now.
Yeah, that's
And then-
kind of a pick 'em. The Cardinals have shown inconsistency too. Like
Yeah.
they started off undefeated and then they just kind of went to a slump.
AFC wise, I'm going with my Steelers. I have to pick the upset.
Yeah, right.
I have to
Get out
pick
of
the
here,
upset.
Ben. Get out of here. Get out.
I'm going. Who's the 6th seed? Pats, Bills. I want the Bills, but I feel like the Pats can pull it off.
They might.
I think the Pats can pull this off as much as
They've gotten better. So,
But I
mean,
really want the Bills. I think the Raiders beat the Bengals.
the Raiders better fucking beat the Bengals after they fucked over the Chargers.
They didn't even fuck over the Chargers.
Oh!
They just fucked over themselves.
The Raiders fucked them over, but
Dude, if Brandon Staley doesn't call that timeout with 30 seconds to go, the Chargers and Raiders tied, and I'm here depressed as hell because we lost. Because we're done because of a fucking tie.
but still, he still fucked him over. So everybody, if you guys listened to our last episode of the Rundown podcast, you guys heard my New Year's resolution, right? You guys heard it. Well, if you didn't listen, I'll repeat it here. My New Year's resolution, just a fun one I have, is that I will be in the top 3 of the M-word rankings by the time I graduate in May. Right now, well, at the time of the last episode, I was dead last. But Ben,
By a large gap, too.
by a large gap, I was in last place. But Ben, let's talk about our buddy Bradley. Let's talk about him.
So what happened with Bradley? He said the word.
Oh, did he? Did he really?
And then he said it again.
He said it again. No
again.
way. No, I can't believe
and
it.
again.
No.
In
Again,
the
too.
span of 24 hours, he did 160 push-ups.
No.
30 at a grocery store. He did another 10, I think, at a Chick-fil-A. The rest were all done at the house.
No. Now, did he walk through any doorways? Or
That's why we made him do 30 at Martin's. Because it could have been more, but I was playing nice.
But the total of 160 push-ups,
Was done.
they were all from saying the word? Or
Yes.
So you're telling me he said the word 16 times?
Correct. And
Well, where's Bradley in the M-word rankings now?
I'll get to that in just
I'm
a second.
curious. All right, go ahead.
We didn't even set him up. Like there were a few just genuinely asked, but we're just not expecting. He says he'll set himself up too for failure. So I'll just run through the whole list.
Go ahead. Run through the whole list.
Right now the order goes: Lee, myself, Micah, Blake, Dean, Gates, Josh, Peter, Robbie, Kyle. Sean actually moved down a bit because he was saying it a lot.
Oh.
Dom, you, a very large gap. Brad.
Wow, are you telling me I moved up a spot in the M-Word rankings?
Yes, your next
Already?
target is Dom.
Fellas, the semester has not even started, and I'm already one spot up.
You have to beat out.
Wait, Peter, you're in this game, right? Where are you at on the
Yes,
list?
sir.
Where's
He
Peter?
is one,
number
2,
eight,
3,
seven?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ooh.
He is not. He's 8. I think you are about. I think there's. You are 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You are 14th now out of 15. You're not last.
Now these are your rankings because I know Lee has a different list.
I haven't talked to Lee to edit his list, but once he'll hear about
Yeah.
what
Lee,
push-ups.
I know you listen to this podcast. I mean, if you're hearing this, Bradley said the word 16 times. So
In
you need
one
to
day.
adjust your
And-
list, sir.
He got so fed up with it, he had to call himself. What is the phrasing?
If you want to leave the game, you have to declare yourself a bitch and a pussy.
He had to call himself a bitch and a pussy, so he didn't have to do it anymore for the rest of the time on the ski trail.
He's out of the game technically right now. He's back in at midnight tonight.
Lee, I better be above Bradley after this. I better be above. I know, Lee, you love to troll. You love to troll me, and I know I'm probably still going to be last on your list, but you better be listening to this.
I need to see more of Dom before I can move you up even higher.
Dude, I know Dom says it a lot.
Dom says it a lot, but you also had a bad track record last semester.
Well, here's the thing. Dom has said it before, and I've just decided to not call him out, but I guess now I'm going to have to call him out.
If I see Dom doing a lot of push-ups, he's gonna move down. That's why Brad moved down, because he was doing push-ups and you've gotten a bit better. You still say it a lot, but I
got a long way to go, but you know what? The semester hasn't even started, and I've moved up a spot.
you got to catch up to Lee, myself, and Micah to hit top 3.
That's the goal.
But baby steps. You got through Brad.
Yeah.
You got to get through Dom.
Exactly.
Dom is the next piece.
Oh, I got Dom. Come on. I whipped his ass in a case race, and I'm going to whip his ass in this M-word game.
Speaking of case race, when is that happening?
Good
We have a
question.
date.
Good question. We do not have a date yet. We don't have an announced date. It's up to Alec. It's whenever he comes to Harrisonburg.
What if it comes down tomorrow?
If he comes down tomorrow, we'll do it tomorrow. I'm ready tomorrow, baby. I've been training for this. Okay? I've been training.
Training.
Absolutely.
You not see John like with his whole case in his room? He's running with like 2 cans.
I need to put like a rocket.
Each time he's going up a step, he's taking a sip.
He has like a case on his head. It's like a helmet.
Helmet with straws.
Oh, it's on. It's on. I'm
Is it
looking
on
forward
like
to
Donkey
it.
Kong?
It's on like Donkey Kong. I'm looking forward to it, Alec. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, no announced date yet. But this is happening. It's me versus Alec Toman. First to 5 beers, a 5-beer case race. After I beat Dom in a 5-beer case race.
I really want you to show up with like a crown on. That would make my day.
I'll go to Burger King and get a Burger King
Like,
crown.
please show up like a $5 crown. Like, go to Dollar Tree and just buy like a shitty crown.
Become the king.
Well, you know, like the birthday crowns like you got as a kid.
Yeah.
Have one that says like birthday girl, but like cross out birthday girl and write case race king.
I actually found, God, where was I? I was walking around the mall the other day, and I saw, I think it's in like Books A Million, it's this little trophy that says, you're the GOAT, and it has like an actual goat as like the trophy. I should get that.
Yeah.
Or loser buys them that
On top of
trophy.
the other piece,
what, on top of the,
Blazing Wings challenge.
yeah.
Okay, we were
I
actually.
mean, it's only like $5.
we were talking about this a few days ago. How many wings is it? Is it 10 or is it 12 in 5 minutes? What is
It's
it?
10 wings in 5 minutes.
Okay, because we weren't sure if it was a full dozen or if it was 10.
No, it's 10 wings, 5 minutes. And I guess the bet is you have to actually try. Like, I can't just say if I magically lose. I don't think it's going to happen. But let's say in a hypothetical if I lose. Like, I can't just, like, take a bite of the wing and be like, okay, I'm done. I did the Blazing Challenge. Like, I have to actually try to win the
A
challenge.
real attempt, not
Yeah.
a Mickey Mouse attempt.
Yeah, you're hearing this too, Alec. But, yeah, it's on. 5-beer case race. Me versus Alec Toman. TBD on the date, but it's going to happen.
This is gonna be the thing. Like, we're gonna hype this up. We might even live stream it.
Oh, yeah,
We're
should.
gonna get a whole thing going. Like, this is
Witness
That'll be
me
fun.
whoop Dom's ass. Or not Dom, Alec. I already whipped Dom's ass. Witness me whip Alec's ass.
Now you gotta whip Dom's ass again to get up in the power rankings.
Do you think I can beat Alec?
I honestly have never seen Alec like really go, like drink. But you are also have surprised us with your chugging skills.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna, if this were a betting situation, put my money on you, because there is like a spark that you have that like when it's on the line, you don't fuck around. Like,
Oh, I know. I'm
when
not
it's,
coming
when it's
to
go
lose.
time.
I mean, I am not going to lose to some washed-up alumni. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, baby.
Put that on the wall. Washed up alumni,
Washed-up alumni.
at Alec.
What do you think, Peter? Who do you think's going to win this?
I don't know. I think he got a pretty good standing. Really can't say much about Alex since I don't know the guy, but I got a bet for you.
Good enough.
Got a bet
You're
for you.
in
Why don't you
good
get your
hands.
ass
You're in good hands.
whooped?
I'm not getting my ass whooped. No. You're not going to come in here.
You're never gonna hear the end of it if you lose. You
Oh,
never will.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm undefeated in 5-beer case
A
race.
perfect 1-0.
A perfect 1-0. I don't care. I'm undefeated.
That's like saying the Jags last season were undefeated after week 1. They
I
were
don't care.
1-0.
I am undefeated in 5-beer case race.
Back to football for 2 seconds. Can we talk about what that Jags Colts game?
I don't think I watched it. What happened?
So all the Colts had to do to make the playoffs was win, right? Against the Jaguars. Worst team in the league by far. Pretty much have the first pick locked up. The Jaguars not only beat the Colts, but they destroy and embarrass the Colts. And eliminate the Colts from the playoffs because of it. Like, it was ugly.
Rip.
And I was going into Sunday thinking, there's no, like, I would love for the Jags to win, but there is no way that the Jaguars beat the red hot Colts.
Well,
The Steelers are going to the Super Bowl. Anyway, back on topic. Had to get that off my chest.
last segment is our food review. Second time ever doing this.
Yes.
Ben, I'm
Yum,
gonna
yum,
let you go first, Ben.
So I'm going to say in advance, this review might be a bit biased, but today we're going to review a dish that I've had a great taste to. It's not just any quesadilla. It's the Jewish quesadilla. Made by the Jew. Basically, it's just a normal quesadilla, but it's done. I make these quesadillas are very well done, and everyone loves them. And I gotta say, the trick to these quesadillas that I have found. So I always put like chicken in them.
Yeah.
But what the chicken that I get is like fajita seasoned chicken. So if you're ever doing chicken quesadillas, you gotta get the fajita chicken. That is the secret. Everyone still fucks it up, but
Interesting.
I make a bomb ass quesadilla. So you want a quesadilla? I give it's a solid like 9 out of 10. Like they're good.
Wow.
If you ask Gates about them, he'll tell you they're good.
Interesting. Very
Like I said, biased but not wrong.
interesting. Very interesting. The Jewish quesadilla. Never
I
heard of it.
thought of that on the spot, but I'm rolling with
It
it.
is quite a good thing. It really, really is good. It's different.
Peter, what did you eat?
Well, thinking about it, and kind of, I guess, not trying to gloat a little bit, but if you haven't heard, I did go on a little bit of a vacation over winter break, and this place is a little bit of a tropical place, but I'll just cut to the chase. It was Hawaii. I did get to go to Hawaii this
wow.
winter. It was very
Very
fun,
cool.
very
Very
cool. But of course, as a quote from a local Hawaiian once did say to us as we were having food was, "We do not eat until we are full. We eat until we are tired." And so with that mentality in mind, we went, of course, around to just eat as much as we could and see what we can. And so this one place we went to was called Aloha Table. I beg you, if you ever go to Honolulu, go to this place. It's amazing. A little hidden gem. The dish I got was this pork sandwich. And this thing was a loaded pork sandwich, like solid,
Ooh.
I don't know, like 5 inches high. Like potato buns, it had avocado slices, it had like bacon bits, and then it was like deep fried onion pieces, and of course just like shredded pulled pork Hawaiian style. And that is like the thing you want at Hawaii. It's unknown because it is so great. And then to make this top it off even more, the thing was in a pool of brown gravy.
Wow.
And I was not expecting to finish the thing, but after a solid, very intense 10 minutes, the thing was just gone and the plate was empty with like almost every single bit of my family members just taking a finger and licking the plate of the gravy. It was a mighty immense feat that was so delicious.
Wow.
Can't say much more.
What rating would you give it?
Oh, 100%, probably a 10. 100%.
10 out of 10?
Very
Wow.
good.
Our first 10 out of 10.
John.
We've only done this food review like twice, but it's our first 10 out of 10.
Throw the confetti. 10 out of 10.
All right. So I actually have 2 food reviews.
Ooh.
Okay. And I'll explain why. So let me tell you a story.
Ooh.
So it was like the week of finals. I remember I was craving a Big Mac. And I went to eat a Big Mac at McDonald's, and I thought, man, that was fucking great. I love that Big Mac. And then I went like a month or whatever, because I try not to eat a lot of fast food. And so I was like, man, I'm really craving a Big Mac. And I was like, fuck it, we're doing the second food review. I'm going to go get a Big Mac. Okay. So I went to McDonald's, and like the McDonald's drive-thru is like ridiculous. Like the fucking cars are like out in the road.
Chick-fil-A does it
trying
right.
to get into McDonald's. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I get this fucking Big Mac, and I was ready to come on here, and I was going to be like, this Big Mac's going to be great. I'm going to go on the rundown. It's going to be 9.5 out of 10.
Oh, no.
I love Big Macs.
Oh dear.
This fucking Big Mac. This Big Mac.
This Big Mac.
This
Big Mac?
Big Mac. Okay?
Not that Big Mac.
Not that Big Mac. This Big Mac. They, like, basically burnt the bottom bun.
Ugh. How do you burn
Like,
the
it
bun?
wasn't, like, completely burnt, but you could see on the inside. Like, it was, like, slightly overcooked.
Oy.
But it was, like, black on the inside. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I ate this Big Mac, and it just, like, it tasted horrible. The fucking, I was so mad. I've never gotten a Big Mac that was burnt. 5 out of 10 for this shit. 5 out of 10. It gets an F. I was disgusted at McDonald's.
Damn.
Took away my love for the Big Mac.
That's the problem with McDonald's. Like they can, sometimes McDonald's can like hit it out of the park and it just hits where you need it. And other times it does that.
I was disgusted.
And just-
not going back to McDonald's for a long time because of that. So I was like, okay, fuck it. I don't want to do a shitty review. So then I went to Subway.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
I went to Subway and I got, it's really just my classic I like to get at Subway. Just my usual.
Is it a foot long or a 6?
It was a foot long oven roasted chicken, and it had, let's see, provolone cheese,
Nice, yeah.
lettuce, tomato, jalapeno, and honey mustard.
Cool. Sounds
Delicious.
Yeah.
Just like a great sandwich. It's actually not even on the menu. Like, you have to ask for the oven roasted chicken sub, but it's just absolutely delicious. It's what I always get at Subway. Loved it. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10!
10 out of 10.
Let's go.
That's a good betting!
It's my favorite sandwich at Subway. I always get it. So, highly recommend. Oven roasted chicken, provolone cheese, lettuce, tomato, jalapeno, honey mustard. You can't go wrong. It is delicious. So, that's my food review. My food review.
Whose food review?
The food review that belongs to me.
Smart
I'm
man.
moving up, baby.
There you go, there you go.
I've not
Getting
said
those
that
gains.
word the entire year.
We're only 14 days in.
I don't care.
It's only the first 2
I'm
weeks.
1-0 in 5-beer case race, and I've not said the M word in 2022.
We'll touch base with you next week.
Yeah.
I think you will say it soon enough.
Nope, absolutely not. All right, everybody, that's going to conclude this episode of the Rundown Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram at @the_run_down podcast. If you're on the team, make sure you let Ben and I know. If you want to be on the show, let us know. We'll put you down. Try to let us know by March. We want to get everybody on by the end of the semester. And our first guest for the spring semester, we will be interviewing Jack Hughes.
The one, the only.
It will be this week sometime. We don't exactly know when. Should go up Friday. We'll try to get back into our normal schedule where we send episodes out every Friday. So look for that. But Jack Hughes is our first guest. It's going to be really exciting. So, Ben, anything else you want to say?
I think you're going to move up in the rankings soon.
I do.
I really think you're going to move up, but only time will tell. Let's kill this semester.
Yeah, Ben's the real list, by the way, everybody. Lee's list, Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse list. 'Cause I know Lee's just going to troll me, and he's going to be like, oh, you're actually, like, in last place. And no, I'm not. Okay?
You're not in last.
I'm
You're in
not.
second to last.
I'm in second to last. But even when I start moving up, he's going to be like, no, actually, my list, it says you're not. But anyway.
He also has a bit of a bias against you.
Yeah, he's
It's
very
you.
biased. Yeah, he likes to troll me. He's a troll.
I feel like I have
Makes
a
sense,
more
yeah.
fair list.
Yeah, Ben is more impartial.
What I'm going to start doing with Brad is like every time he says it, I'm just going to continue to move him down.
Just out of space.
Yeah.
Enter.
No, it's going to be like the list. Scroll, Brad.
Peter, anything else you want to say? Your first appearance on the rundown.
Well, no, happy to be here. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me on. I guess we'll have a shout out. Shout out to Carly for making great pancakes this morning. Absolute good stuff right there.
Wow.
All right.
All right. Well, Peter, we will have you back on at some point, but thank you for joining us.
Alrighty, thank you.
That is it. That's the rundown.